Good morning, everybody. Do a quick video. Got some things going on today. Today at 1:30, I will be at the courthouse for my mandatory response to grand jury notice. So that's 1:30 today, and hopefully before that, I get my my first order, my first subscription of my tincture and my gummies from the Texas Compassionate Use Program for cannabis products for homeopathic medicine. Wake and bake, first one with you guys. And so I got that going for me. My stuff is coming. And I think I said on the last one, it's from everything I can see, it is a pure product. They sell all the different styles except for flour. You have tinctures, ointments, gummies. But other than that, and to get into it is not the easiest thing. You have to submit all your stuff. You have to submit your diagnosis. And my diagnosis, hi Flame, what's up? My diagnosis with seizure disorder is enough, but to expand the Dr. Burnberry, to be able to fill a prescription properly, everything you might need, I have to have spasms. Yep, I gotta have spasms. And Lord, I have spasms, man. I got me some spasms. I'm not worried about that. I got spasms. And I clear, I guess. So today, those things are happening. This grand jury deal will be interesting. I went online yesterday. They have a jury portal where you go take your number and check in and everything. And out there, man, bold letters, it says mask required. So I called up, said, yeah, I'm supposed to be up there tomorrow. And if your policy is mask required, I'm not going to be able to make it. And the lady says, oh, no. It's suggested, but not required. Okay, because I ain't going to make it in the building if you're going to insist I wear a mask. That's not going to happen. Oh, man, that was a big old skeeter. Man, the mosquitoes down here in South Texas, even when it's in the 30s, 40 degrees, look like dragonflies, man. Those things are crazy. But, yeah, so I got that going today. Oh, and a couple of things going down. You know, we've hit the wall. The title of the video isn't it just been worse and worse lately, that all the flat earth people hit a wall. They've hit a wall because they can't get confirmation along the lines we need. The narrative can only go so far, right? Until you can prove, until you can, and the few things you can prove, people are like, so what, so they've hit a wall. And I was watching some stuff yesterday, and these dudes are going at Jaron, and I'd never heard of them before. But later on, when I tell Alan about it. He's like, I know those guys. Those guys are jerks. so I figure out who these guys are. And before I go to their video, they've come up with an idea for flat Earth. And they say, yes, it's flat Earth. It's flat. It is. It is. And our model couldn't work on anything but flat Earth because everything's flat. You gotta have flat. Yeah, it's flat. And they say, but, and this is what was crazy. This is what I just, the best way to put it is they say, and this is their own words, they say, what we observe, our sky, is like the screen of an asteroids game. Remember the old video game Asteroids where an asteroid would be going across the screen, it'd go away, but it'd come out on this side, or it'd go up, and then it'd come out down here, you know, all the angles in and out. I suggest that that's what our sky, sun, and moon are. That when they get to that side of the sky to the west, that they either go through the screen and come out the other side next time, or they go into the earth. And I know you're sitting there going, what? But yeah, no, I got a quick little video here, or a chunk of it that will oops, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, that'll explain it. I mean, and it's to a point. Golly, it's early, and I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. Now I got it. Good thing it's just you, Flame. How have you been, Flame? No, that's not it. Okay, here it is. Now this is their model right here. And if you'll notice, okay, it's got all the degrees of a circle, right? There it is. This is where you live, okay? And you see the sun come up. You see these lines? You see the sun come up here. And this is its track, right? You see, this is its track across here, and it goes down over here. We'll play it.
Oh, Earth is in the sphere. They know.
Stupid YouTube.
Streamline.
Okay, so see
no,
their
that
model.
for sure. But minutes ago, Jason.
I don't think we need that audio, but if you're watching this, see how he's moving. He's moving his cursor, right, for time of the year, and so that changes the trajectory, you know, from one side of this circle to the other. But they say it comes up out of the earth here, goes back down in the earth over here, or through a screen, or you know, like a video game. And this is their model, they say, proves flat Earth. But they don't know where the sun, moon, and stars go when they go down. They say at one point that it goes down into the earth. At another point, they say it goes in a screen like asteroids. Okay, y'all seeing this? This is north, south, east, west. And they say, right, the sun comes up at this angle, goes over you, creates these shadows. See the shadows? This is their big deal. Every one of their deals is just a city like this. And they say, oh, okay, where do you want to go? And they go to Canada. And they move like a pin on a map and put it, and go, okay, right here on this day, this is going to be your sunrise, sunset. This is going to be your, you know, your solar in this part of the world. And they say that this 3-mile sphere of optics that we can see. And at this point, when they're talking about this, all right, almost you come to a point where it's like, okay, that's true. And here's the thing is, here's the thing. They say everybody, no matter where you are, 3 mile. You sent me an email. I haven't seen it, so you might want to resend it. I don't think I got it. Make sure you have my email address, right? Because I didn't get it. But yeah, dude, we can talk. And back on the deal is that they say for everybody, you got like a 3-4 mile circle of optics that you can see. Perspective, basically. We understand perspective. You can only see so far. That's why things disappear. Well, their thing is basically perspective 2, but they say it's only in this 3 mile radius, and that if you were able to, that in the morning, this morning when the sun comes up in the west for me, that if I was able to be there, if you could get there, there'd be a place where you'd see the sun either come up out of the earth or come to the screen, right, and start its trajectory over us. And I was like, okay, all right. So they're saying every 3 mile circumference, no matter where you are, is the same for no matter where. That it's only measurable by that. And you can't say that, like in the flat Earth AE model, that the sun and moon go around and migrate in and out of the tropics. They say that can't happen. It's impossible because the trajectory, the angle of your sun, where it comes up, that angle, you do the math, and it can only be this. They say, well, it can only be that in visual, but in reality and in measurement and distances, it's totally different. Because we understand perspective. We understand our ability to see. That's it. Even with photography equipment, zooming, you can only get so much in there, and then you can only zoom in so far, and that's it. And without, the powers that be's permission to go look at the things we need to look at to, to prove or disprove the theory, aren't allowed. So what do? You have guys like this come out and they shit on everybody, and then they come in crying. That's the reason they were on that show. They come in crying because, hey, how come you guys won't show any of our videos? How come you won't talk about our theory? And it's like, because you shit on us. Every video you've done, they're dogging Dave Weiss, they're dogging Jaron, and it's not so much they're going after their philosophy. They're just going after him personally, and just calling them names and claiming it's a pedo vibe in their chats, and that it's all this, and they're just crap, man, just shitty people. So it seemed like these guys are trying to get somebody to push their stuff in the real flat Earth community. Hey, Flatback. Well, astronomy is fine and well, but you can't get past our ability, our limits, and our perspective. We can only see so much. And when you can't get permission to look beyond and say, okay, let us see what's in Antarctic. Let us go up. Let us fly to the 60th parallel. Let us do these things. They won't let you. So you can only guess so much. And perspective explains a lot of things when you to the limits of your physical properties and of our mechanical systems and cameras and all this. So we've hit a wall. We've hit the wall, and there's no new content coming out. There's no new information coming out. It's a lot of regurge of the old stuff, and now they're turning on each other. Now they're starting to go after each other. And there's people like these guys that come out and they go, this is it. We've got it. Everybody else is an idiot. Nobody else knows anything. And here it is. And they just don't work well with others. It's one of those things that, okay, fine. I see what they're saying with my location where I'm sitting. I cannot measure. I can't physically go and check and see where the sun's going to come up. So all I can do is look. And if I look, I can say, okay, about right there. If I draw my lines and I do my angles, it's a 40-degree angle. Okay. And then you put it in a computer model and say, okay, if the sun comes up at X, 40-degree angle, you can map the trajectory. Well, they say that that's just going to start on the sun comes up on a piece of ground out there in my perspective. And then it goes down in another area of my perspective, that it's only a few miles, that it's not the width of the plane, or that it's, and they don't even address Dave Weiss's idea of perspective and how the sun is on a linear path, horizontal, and we don't see it until we can see it. And they don't even address that. They say, that's impossible. That's impossible. They say it's impossible because of the tropics. They say, well, when it gets out to the outer tropics, man, that's going to be flying. Your days are going to be going by. What? No, they've already proven that the sun laps the moon. Is that right? I may have that backwards. Once a month, no matter the tropic it's in, no matter. And these guys are saying, well, that's impossible on this flat Earth map. By the calculations that our great science has already done about the speed and the paths of the sun and the moon, that I don't see why they say that's impossible. Yeah, I mean, we all see it. And for me, it boils down to, is it like this guy's saying? These guys are saying we're in a simulation, and that wherever you're at, you're going to get that simulation. You're going to get it. Sun's going to come up right there in the west, in your perspective, like it's right there. It's going to go down right there. And that doesn't mean that it's coming up, or it's moving from that part of the sky to this part of the sky. It means to these guys that it's coming right out of the edge of the screen or out of the ground. I don't know. Yeah, I'm talking about Ronnie and Jason. I thought that was so psychotic when they came up with the whole deal of the asteroid screen, and that's what we're living in. I was like, come on, man. Come on. And they do this. They ask them on the show. So you're saying if I am headed either direction, east or west, and I get to the edge of the screen, I'll come out on the other side. Just like that. I was over there, thousands of miles over there, and now I'm here. And so if I take off from here and I fly, I'll come back around to here through the screen. And it's basically that's just a sphere. Because that's what you do on a sphere. You can go around on a sphere and you disappear and you come up the other side. Well, that's basically what their model is saying. And their map does. It wraps around the sphere. They have the tropics in a wave-like motion. They have two different poles. They have, and it's another one of those deals where whatever you put in as your parameters and your numbers on your computer model, that's all you can get out. That's all you can get out. There's nothing more. You can't get any more out of it than you put into it. And so that information, it's kind of limited. Because you can only put in what you know, what you can see, what you can observe. I'm going to put the link in the chat if somebody ever wanted to come in. Did you? Yeah, did you see that where they said, oh, you go far enough south and you only have a southern set of constellations, and then you go north and those are gone, and now you, whatever. Now there's 2 regions, he says, has to be that way. It has to be. That's not, come on, man. Come on. So the flat earth community has hit a wall for sure. Okay, and what else did I want to hit on? What was it? Oh, okay. I had talked about this in another video, but I hadn't found it. But now I've found it. And this was also one of the guys attacking Jeranism. And this was this dumbass Jake. Right. In Australia, sure. How is it going over there? But this is that dumbass Jake guy attacking a homeless guy. This was fucking retarded. I ran across this again. I hadn't been able to find it. Is this it? Yeah.
Imagine why you would do that, then attack other people like you're morally upright. I mean, this is disgusting. I haven't seen anybody do this on YouTube. I've seen people go around homeless people money. Not seen anybody berate the homeless front of a 7-Eleven as they asked you for money. Jake, it's this easy. Do you have any spare change? I don't. Sorry. Good one.
Asking for help. I always ask, what did you do to end up here?
My apologies for bothering you. I just use my independence to ask you for some assistance.
You use your independence to ask me for assistance. What does that mean? Your independence to ask me for assistance?
That cryptic, or are you that much of a simpleton?
You're the one asking for me to give you my phone. You want to use this phone.
Give me your phone. I asked you if you make a phone call for me because I know how sketchy people can be asking for someone's phone to make a phone call. So you don't know if I'm going to run off with it or something. Look, you look for entertainment.
Think of how hard of a life this guy has. I already feel like it's hard for me not, and I even feel bad when I give somebody 50 cents. Because I know that's not shit, but I guess I don't want to say I do it to make myself feel better. I do it because I know that they could use something. And that if enough people gave them, then they'll get something to eat. That's it. I don't, can't imagine, because I know what going through. So why would you ever make life worse for him? This guy's life, Jake, is worse than we could ever imagine. And can't imagine thinking to myself, I'm going to make this guy's life worse.
Dude, are you really that bored? Does rejection bother you that fucking much that you're fucking lonely that you need to ask? You're trying to get entertainment in this shit? What the fuck, dude? Fuck off, man.
Good for him.
Damn. That's fucked up, dude. But you realize that now that's fucked up, dude. For real.
So we're going to use this phone.
Sit on your fucking.
We're going to use this phone so that you can make your phone call so that you can get out of this situation that you're in.
Are we going to, or you decided to say yes to the?
Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we want to do? Oh, wait. Did you not just insult me?
Yeah, I did.
See, you insulted me. So guess what? Not going to do it. Not going to help you.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Have fun being a homeless fucking loser all night long.
Wow.
Bitch. Don't you wish you had my money? Don't you wish you had my change? Don't you wish you had my beer? Don't you wish you had my change? I got $1 in my pocket, but you can't have none. I got $2 in my pocket, but you can't have none. I got 50 cents in my pocket. Do you want it? You can't have none. I would.
Now, I show this because this guy claims to be part of the flat earth community. This guy claims to be somebody you should listen to. And he has truth for you. He's the same guy that he on his channel he claims to be the greatest comedian ever. Trust me, he does. Greatest comedian ever. And there's one more thing I wanted to share. I watched this yesterday, and this was sad. This is where we're at these days, guys. This is where the white man, stands, and you just never know when it's going to happen. And it's sad, but it happens. Unfortunately, watch what happens to these poor guys at college.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
You have it better.
You're offensive. Police lives matter?
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school. You just said we have to leave.
No, I said
You're making the
You
space
said it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
no.
No, it's not a culture. It's white is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyways, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect. Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space, because they think they can get away with this shit.
I'm gonna sit here the whole time and you can find somebody to kill.
That's cool. We
We're
will.
not kicking you out. We're asking you to leave if you have any consideration for people of color and our marginalized.
So clearly you don't. Yeah, the whole rest of the campus, the second floor, the first floor.
Just want to point out, everything these females are saying is just verbatim regurgitation of what the race baiters put out there. I mean, everything they're talking about, you just hear it over and over on CNN and other places.
Whole MU, every single part of the campus centers you. This is the only space that you're not centered, and you're still trying to center yourself, which is peak white cis male bullshit.
Oh, you're not.
You are racist. Your sticker is racist because police, that's a job. You can choose to be a police. I don't choose to be black. Okay? No, you can choose to be a cop. You can choose to kill people with a badge, and you're protecting that shit, which means that you're racist.
My gosh, if I was sitting there, ooh wee.
So this goes on a little longer, and the guys, they say, look, this ain't worth it. We're just gonna go to the dean's office. And they go ahead, you go right ahead. They did. They went to the dean's office, and these two girls ended up getting in trouble. They did all these little press conferences on campus talking about how the administration was oppressing them and how they were being punished for being attacked by white people and their space invaded and their aggressions, and it was just wow. But thank God cooler heads prevailed, and these girls were told, I think part of their punishment was they were supposed to write a 3-page paper about how they can be more, I think it was more cooperative and more understanding in situations like that. And they lost their minds. They put another little video out talking about the school and what all the school had done to them and how they were victimized once and now we're being victimized again. It was just, God, just sad. Those poor guys are like, we're just trying to study, man. We came and sat down. And the girl kept saying, every other part of this campus is centered around you. This is the only place we have that's centered around us. They're wanting segregation again. They want segregation. That's not the first time I've seen a video where those students or people are saying, we want segregation. We want our space where you can't even come in here. And the guy tells her in the video, It's too long to play it all because he stops and interjects. But the guy tells, he says, "Did you not realize you're doing exactly what those people of the past did to you? You're doing the same thing." No, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah, you are. You're doing the same thing. You're saying this space is okay for us, but not you because of your color. And that police lives matter was aggressive. And then the video, the girl says, white male student sat down with a laptop with a sticker on it that says police lives matter and pointed it at us. Pointed it at us. It's like, let me point this laptop, let me point this sticker right at you. Yeah, whatever. These people are psychotic. This is what our education system has turned out, guys. And the girl even stands there and argues. She says several times, we fought for 5 years for this space. For 5 years, we fought every day to get this multicultural space, and you're invading it. Wait, most degrees are about 4 years, and then you do undergraduate, things like that. So 5 years. Why has she been hanging on that campus for 5 years in that place, protesting and begging and fighting for a segregated space? And anybody shut her down in those 5 years and go, look, you're talking about segregation, sweetie. We don't do that. We're not going to do that. You got to learn to get along with people. You know, nobody talked to her. Not one day. Morning, dear. Are you up?
Yeah, I don't want to be.
Well, go back to bed. I'll call you in sick.
Yeah, no. I don't have any PTO.
Oh.
Will you put me on some?
I will put you on some coffee. But hey, Flat. In fact, dude, how's it going in Australia there? What are y'all experiencing? Are they easing up? Are they tightening down? What's going on? I've had an email from Ella. So yeah, man, some info on Australia would be great. The rest of this world is not faring much better. I watched a video yesterday in Amsterdam where we're going to do another lockdown and mandate, and people were protesting, and they turned the dogs loose. Yeah. They turned the dogs loose, and they were batoning people. Yeah, it's getting ugly. It's getting ugly. Okay. So yeah, on that fine deal, how's that going? Because I know here there are a lot of times if you want to, you know, the city will come and fine you for some city ordinance on your property or something. Say you got to fix this or change that or mow or something, and throw it in the trash. They'll send you another one and throw it in the trash. You may end up in a year or two talking to somebody going, that's my property, man. Let's not go through this. And you may pay $50 or something. But I just wonder if they're enforcing them. And the camps, are they filling up, or are they just those 2 people we've seen videos out of Australia? The only 2 people with cell phones and ability to use technology. Because that's all I've seen. Anybody else seen anything else? I haven't seen the two people in the camps that were not too awful upset to be in a camp. I don't think I'd be acting that way. I think I'd be like, dude, they won't let me go, man. They got me in here. They won't let me go. $40,000 for a business. Jeez, that's psychotic. Oh, I believe that, dude. I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, I mean, I got an email from Ella, and she said she's fine. She didn't get into any detail of all that. She just personal stuff, and I was glad she was okay. I'm glad she's okay. Because, I mean, I know we're not going to hear in the news that there's a civil war because you citizens don't have many weapons. You don't have many ways to defend yourselves. The handful that do have them, they know who they are. I feel bad for you guys. Real bad. And somebody paid that? Somebody said, okay, all right, here, $4,500 there. Okay. Somebody actually paid it, so that told people, you're done. You're done. Nobody's pushed the system. I'm sure there's somebody in jail sitting there refusing to pay the fine with lawyers trying to work the system, I guess. We'll see if it's anything like here in the U.S. Most everybody's job, all their taxes are pre-withheld through their employer. And so for you to stop paying taxes, everybody's got to go to human resources and go, I want to change all my tax status stuff. I don't want to take anything out anymore. Put it on me individually. I'll pay it myself. I don't want y'all to do it anymore. I mean, that's how you have to do it here in the U.S. Unless you're independent contractors and you do it all yourself anyway. But yeah, if everybody at a 500 employee manufacturer went into human resources and said, quit taking out any taxes, that'd be crazy. That'd be funny. That would be funny. What would the accountant for that company do? What would they do? Wait a minute. You mean we've got to actually add all those digits to all y'all's checks, and we can't put those digits on this screen and hit enter and the government's happy? We can't do that anymore. We've got to leave your digits right where they are. Can't move any of your digits anywhere else but to you. And then you'll move your digits to the government when needed. I'd like to see how business does that. Oh, I love it. You put up court with an asterisk. Is it? A little caveat there. Is it kangaroo-ish? Kangaroo-ish. And that's just, wow. The end times for sure, folks. The devil is loosed. The devil is loosed. And, on the flat earth front, we've hit a wall here. We've pointed out everything that we can put out there and observe and measure ourselves. We put it out. The other side, the globalist science, won't reiterate and go, okay, you say this, here's our proof. They won't debate. They won't come back. They just keep saying, you're idiots. You're idiots. Read the book. Go to college. Go to college and you'll learn. Go to college and you'll understand what we're talking about. But if you don't go to college, you're not going to understand anything we're talking about. Speaking of college, I saw a really short clip of an interview. I'm going to have to go find it. Of a guy who started a website, an apprentice program. I think it's called Crash. 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 And the premise is he was in college and he was getting a BA, and he's in class one day, and the professor doesn't want to be there. Half of the people are hungover. Nobody's paying attention. And he says, he's like, why are we all paying all this money when nobody wants to be here? He says the happiest days were when the professor canceled class. You know, nobody wants to be there. You're paying all this money for what? And he says, you know, that piece of paper. And with this piece of paper, that tells people that you're marginal. You may be able to do this job, you may not. You know, because that piece of paper shows no evidence of any skills. It just says you read some information and you regurgitated it in a fashion that allowed you to receive this piece of paper. Doesn't mean you own any and know anything. So he starts this website of apprenticeships. You don't have to get a college degree. You go into a job that says you need a BA, and you don't have a BA, but you've run businesses already. You've worked in different businesses and you know how to run a business. You've actually done it. You've sat down and you've done the payrolls, you've done ordering, you've done everything, and you already know how. You don't have a BA, you don't have a piece of paper, but you have this certificate, I'm assuming he gives, for their programs, for their apprenticeships, that these businesses sign off and say, yes, he worked for me and did a great job, right? And I thought that's pretty good. That's pretty smart. Doesn't cost anything like a like a degree does, right? It's 1/10 of a degree. And most businesses, when they approach them and go, hey, you run this kind of business, I have a program, I will pay you, X amount to apprenticeship these people. And when you find good partners in that, and you can turn out good students, that's pretty sharp. I think that's real sharp. Because everything used to be apprenticeships. Everything. That's true. But fact, what if 40% of people said, forget it. I'm gonna work for just myself, and I'm gonna grow my own food. I'm gonna do all this. What happens? What happens? What happens if 40% of the people at any given business say, I'm quitting this business, I'm gonna start doing it for myself? Well, now you've got 5 of those same businesses fighting in the market, right? I mean, I know what you're saying. It is best. And you hope merit wins out, that the better guy gets to work. But then you still got a lot of people going, man, I'm a plumber, but I can't get no work. So if not everybody can or needs to be an independent, contractor. When you work for another business, you should be able to be an independent contractor and set your own contract with them. And you may pay me $50 an hour because I am the best at what I do. And the other guys, you only pay them $20 an hour, and it's none of their damn business because they can't do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I totally believe in that. But these days, I always approached my jobs at hospitals that way. I didn't go and fill an application and go to human resources and do all that first, because there's only one path there. Just boom, 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 right down their line. Well, you're starting with us. This is how much we start people at. Well, wait a minute. I've got all this experience. I got intangibles that aren't on your paper. So I always did an end around and went to the director of the operating room first and talked to them. What do you need? What if you could just wave a magic wand, and today, as far as surgical techs went, what would you need? I need somebody that can do spine. Here I am. I'll walk in today, do any spine surgery with any surgeon you have. Doesn't matter. We'll kick it just like that. There won't be a hiccup one. There won't be a learning curve. There won't be none of that. Would that be worth something to you? And they all said the same thing. Yeah. So what if I can do all that for you? And if you need help anywhere else, doesn't matter. Urology, laparoscopy, general, ortho, neuro, ENT, gynae, anything. I can help you with that too. And they're always like, well, yeah, that'd be great. All right, tell you what, I'm going to start out at this amount of money. Well, and they all say the same thing. I don't have anything to say about that. And I'm like, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. We'll walk over there together and you say, I need this person. And here's where we need to start them out at. We can work this out. And we always did. Because I knew these things because my wife was a manager. She had a nurse she really wanted. She'd walk to human resources herself and go, this person right here, I need them. And you need to give them this amount of money. Yep, we need them. And that was all hush hush. Nobody went around bragging, I made more money than you do. That was the way I always did my jobs. I learned a long time ago. If you just walk into human resources and look on the deal, yeah, they don't have any jobs. Not necessarily. What can you do? I had a couple of jobs that I got when the official word was they're not hiring until they find something they need, and then they're hiring. And I always made it such a sweet little basket I presented, and I always said, to them, I'm not going to be a full-time employee. I'm going to be PRN. I'm going to be as needed status because I don't need your insurance. I don't need any of your benefits. I don't need them. I'm just going to be PRN. Well, that's a higher base salary because you don't have any benefits. And then the flexibility. You don't have to sign up for call. You don't have to do the mandatory things that full-time people have to do. Everywhere I ever went, man, there's a sign-up sheet for all the holidays, starting with St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, just every major holiday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. You had to sign up for call. And the new people always had to take that call because the people that have been there took it. Now you got to go. You got to serve your time and take that holiday call. Not me. A lot of people did not like that. There were several people. It didn't matter where I worked. There was always that person that was just in everybody's business. They'd come flying in to the new person, me, and go, did anybody show you where the call sheet is? And I'm like, I don't need to know where the call sheet is. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, everybody has to sign up for call. No, I don't. Well, yeah, you do. Everybody. No. Go talk to charge nurse. Leave me alone. Go away. Right. And, and before the reset, right. Everybody had a skill. Everybody had something to offer. Everybody brought something. I watched the video several years ago about just the ability in the medical field anymore, how the government being involved has made it where you can't make a contract with your doctor and agree, I'm going to pay you in cash, or I'm a concrete, guys, that's a concrete construction guy. Go to his doctor and go, dude, I need your services. How about we do this? You need concrete work done. I'll pour you concrete. We'll work out, equivalents. I'll take care of all your concrete work. You take care of my health. Why can't they do that? They won't let them do that. Watching a deal up in Alaska, they've carved out parts in the law for places like Alaska where indigenous people can bring food. They can bring salmon. They can bring fresh caught salmon to the doctor and he'll trade out. They have a schedule of how many pounds did they bring, what's today's market price, and they paid me with salmon. That's great. Why can't you still do that? My dad could go to a surgeon when he needed his cervical fusion done. He could go to that surgeon and go, dude, I'll swap you out a new air conditioning heating system for this surgery. Okay, let's do it. They won't let him do that. That's not right. There are doctors that won't see you if you don't have insurance. You can't walk in and throw down cash and go, I want to pay you cash. They'll go, sorry. You have to have an insurance company that we can correspond with and we can trade digits with under your name. You can't just hand us cash and us take care of you. It doesn't work that way. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? You can't do that anymore. Now, I remember when I was in high school, and this was the last of it, a good friend of our family's needed open heart surgery. And he was going to go to Lubbock. Lubbock was one of the leading places in Texas at that point for open heart surgeries for cardiovascular. They were getting really, really, really big at it. And he negotiated a cash price. He didn't have insurance. He had enough money. He negotiated a cash price for his triple bypass. And we went to the business office and they said, well, your triple bypass is, if you do it and you had insurance, here's usually what it costs. And I think it was, I want to say it was $190,000, $200,000 for a total stay in and out. And he said, I'll give you $75,000 cash. And the hospital went, done. We'll take it. Because they probably, in the end, with insurance, if he'd had insurance, after all the submissions to insurance, to Medicare, Medicaid, everything, boom, boom, everywhere that went, and the manpower involved, they were only going to make about $60,000, $70,000 anyway, because anything they made above that went to those employees to do all that work. And it's just kind of gone. So cash was great. He just said, cash. They did it. Right. And OZ, where's OZ? I don't understand OZ. But now see, that's a system where if everybody of working age, adulthood, pays that tax, then okay. But not all those people pay that tax. Not all those people work. Not all those people, follow the rules and pay that tax. So that's where the system starts getting out of balance. You have more people using it than paying into it. Now, when it's a 1-to-1 ratio, it'll work fine. That's like the Christian insurance company deals where everybody, if somebody gets a bill for $10,000, they send out an email to 1,000 people and everybody sends in $10 and you pay that. And the same thing for you. If you have a medical bill, you send it in and they put out the info and everybody pays $10, $20 and your bill gets paid. Oh, the magical down under. I love it. I love it. You see what I'm saying? If everybody can do it and will do it, then it might be an okay system, but everybody's not gonna. And the people, it's just human nature. There's people, that if I pay in for 10 years and I never once use healthcare at all, but I pay and I pay and I pay, and I never use it. But my neighbor, he uses it every day. He has prescriptions, he has doctor's visits, he has everything, and he's using tens of thousands a year, and I'm using zero. People look at that system and go, how is that fair? How is that fair at all? And then we got on the system, so everybody got the mentality of, I'm paying for it, I'm going to use it. And people started taking their kids to the doctor for every little sniffle, a scratch. It didn't matter. They were just going to the doctor. And that's where we are today. It's first thing people say is, did you go to the doctor? People used to not go to the doctor. Why are you going to the doctor all the time? But that's the system that they set up was, okay, everybody pays a little bit of this tax and everybody gets health care. Well, everybody started paying, but some people started paying, but everybody started using. That's the bad thing. Everybody starts using it, but not everybody pays. You know, and it's sad. You know, they claim, you know, well, healthcare prices are so high for those who don't pay. Well, true to a point, but the hidden demon in it all is administrative cost. Like for the hospital here for Kathy during this whole episode, they had to pay those contract nurses $100+ an hour to come and work at that hospital. And the regular employees there had to be supplemented a little too, because they were going, you're bringing in these people for twice what you're paying me. If you can afford to pay them that, you can afford to pay me more. So it just starts a whole bad thing. And it's not good. It's not good at all when they do that. And my wife right now, she's with this new CDC guideline on the 5-day quarantine and stuff, changing from 10 to 5. At one point, she had like 13 employees that were sick. But they tested, so they have to quarantine. And that's employees gone that aren't sick. They have no symptoms at all. And they're sent home. Go away. Paid. Not on their own. They're getting paid. So the healthcare cost, if you think about it, that's why that pill is $100, because that barely pays overhead. Healthcare for profit is cut rate. It's poor quality, because the bottom line is all that matters. So you cut prices, you cut quality, you cut results. And then not-for-profits, they are about expansion. They're just about adding to themselves and getting bigger and bigger, and using the virtue signal of, hey, we're not for profit. You know, we're doing this for free. Whatever. Ain't nothing free. So I'm almost to an hour. Kathy's getting ready to leave. So it doesn't matter. Everyone gets the medical for free. The system's been in place for decades. Oh, I agree. But wouldn't you like to have all those taxes back that you paid over all those years, and you could have just kept that money and paid your health care as you went? You know, and not pooling it for those people. I'm just saying. All right, guys. Good discernment, good vibrations. Love y'all.